Good morning and welcome to week number 17 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020, and today is run number 81 and we are doing some more speed work. We are going to be doing it 5 times 800 meters at a 5:46 pace, and this is the first week that we actually start to move away from the original plan. So we're going back to what we did in week 15, and then next week will be week 16, and then we'll do 17, 18. In other words, it'll be 19, 20. Anyway, now, your boy Chris here has done something smart and forgotten to charge all his batteries. So, we're gonna have to make this short, sharp and snippy. First thing to note is, these are the shoes I'm wearing today. Second thing to note is, I'll be listening to some music as I get out and do these sprints. And the third thing to note is, it is birthday week. Yeah. So, you'll be hearing a lot about that all week. And yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited. I mean, who isn't excited for their birthday? It's good vibes. Beautiful weather today, beautiful stuff. We're gonna get out, get this done. We'll talk about a few things. This week is probably, I mean, this video, this clip for this run is probably gonna be short, sharp, as I just mentioned, for those reasons. So let's get into it. Let's not waste nothing, and let's kickstart this run. Right, number one, feeling a bit stiff, a bit sore. Just gonna try and take it a bit easier. Let's not overdo it. Number two, feeling much better and stronger. Come on. Number three, not too bad, bit of a tight calf still, just taking it easy. That's 4, baby. Feeling good. Feeling good. 5. Whew. Solid stuff. Let's cool down and chat. All right, done and dusted. That was some solid stuff, and I think the sprints in itself weren't too bad, but I was feeling a few things. Probably still a bit sore from my 16.5 the other day, and I did push pretty hard on that. So I was feeling a bit of things in my calves, but I think as I progressed through, I got my form better. I felt more, I guess, stronger in terms of my running form, and it's turned up all right. And I've just done some mobility stretches just now, just to hopefully, yeah, make them feel a bit better. So I think I've gone pretty well. We'll have a look at that in a second. And you know, the exciting thing about this week is all about adapting. It's all about being agile, because it's the first time I'm deviating from a plan where I don't have it on record and I can't put it into the app, and you know, there's a whole bunch of that stuff which makes me a little nervous, but I'm just gonna stick with it, trust the gut, and see it through, right? That's all we got to do. Just got to see it through, keep showing up, keep getting it done. All right, let's have a look and see how we went, because I am anxious of my battery about to run out. So it's already synced. I've got that happening while I had the camera off, so I'm not wasting time. Let's have a look. Now we will still once again have a look in the night, and the reason why is just because I can save it just as an unnamed run for the plan. So we'll have a look at that first. Should be popping up any second now. There we go, Tuesday morning, 4.69, not too bad. So we're gonna put this as an other. Apply, felt good. Save that. All right, now we're gonna jump over to the Garmin and have a look and see how we went. I think I've done all right. I started off trying to be mindful, but by the end I was, you know, cruising per usual. Do apologise for the wind. All right, let's have a look. So we've done 5:21, 5:21, 5:16, 5:12, 5:04. Beautiful. An average pace of 5:15. I was aiming for 5:46, so I've done it obviously a bit faster, but didn't go over the top. Now this is where the good stuff is. Pretty consistent. Heart rate as well, pretty consistent. Cadence, yeah, The first one actually was really good, but I wasn't thinking about it. The last one I definitely was thinking about it. Performance condition. So this is where I get confused because it's saying that I'm sitting above performance. I don't get it. If you understand what this means, please tell me. Okay, so as you know, as I've mentioned, this week is birthday week, so I mean, these videos are about me, but you know, I'm going to be extra high, extra happy. I am taking some time off. I've got the live stream this week. By the time you've watched this, the live stream would have already happened, so if you attended, I greatly appreciate it. And if you didn't get to attend, that's fine, there'll be plenty more. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking in the present about the future. By the time you're seeing this, it's in the past, so look what the whole work's happening. This week I'm going to be asking you guys a whole bunch of different questions, and that's what I want to talk about. The first thing being, why did you start YouTube? Why YouTube? What's your intent there? You know, what made you start? What made you think about it? And you know, what I want to hear from you is why you started YouTube and what is your channel about in a single sentence. In a single sentence, put it in the comments below, and yeah, let me know. Super keen to hear. And I'm just trying to do a bit more thinking about some of these things and getting, you know, what everyone else is doing, understanding their inspirations. And yeah, pretty simple question. Why did you start YouTube and what is your channel about in a single sentence? Put it in the comments. Don't be shy. Stand behind it, be bold, and let me know. And I'll be sharing mine, but we'll get to that later. All right. Really do appreciate you being here. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that subscription button. If you have subscribed already, make sure you hit the notification bell, ding, 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 you know what to do. And make sure you jump down into the timestamps. There is a buffet of information, something for everyone. You know, we're going to be talking about a whole different range of things this week. Of course, the normal runs and whatnot. So jump around, have a look, and I'm gonna go have a smoothie, have some breakfast, and I'll see you in a couple of seconds or when I'm looking at you. Ciao. Good morning and welcome to run number 82 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020. And today we are doing an endurance run. We're doing 11K. We are gonna be doing it at a 6:39 pace, somewhere around there. We'll see how we go. It is raining. If you can't see that, it is raining. And it's been windy. It's definitely not the best conditions for running. I mean, it should be nice, but I'm gonna get drenched. Like, it's just starting to come in now. Ah, jeepers. Gotta get it done though. So let's make this quick so I can get moving. All right, these are the shoes I'm wearing today. Trail running shoes, 100%, because it's gonna be muddy. My mum and my brother, they've just gone out for a walk, and yeah, they've sent some crazy pictures of lots of rain. So it's all happening this morning. So I'm gonna get out, get this done, and hopefully not become a bit of a drowned rat at the same time. The other thing to note is I'm still listening to Elon Musk. We'll continue to listen to Elon Musk, and yeah, looking forward to that. Loving the book. It's really good. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. All right, I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna get this done. I'll check in along the way. Hopefully don't get too wet. We'll see. We'll see. Hope you're all doing good. I'm doing really good. We'll catch up soon. I've got a couple of things I want to talk to you about. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good. And once I get back, I'm going to ask you a question or two, which hopefully you've got something which resonates with you, and you can share it back to the community as well. Let's get out and let's get it done. Let's go. It's a bit wet. It is a bit wet. Look at this. Check out the water. All right, let's go back. Hi. Hey, buddy. Wow. It's wet now and windy. Let's do it. Let's get it done. That wind is horrible. The rain's really happening now. Getting it done. Getting it done. Hey puppy. All right, done and dusted. Like a drowned rat. Jeepers, it was a good run. The first 5k, bit of a tough one. Couldn't get into a groove, and then it was probably around 7k that I finally got into a good groove. And as I've been saying for the last few weeks, that the shorter runs I've been finding a bit harder, just because it's taking me that extra time to warm up and get into a groove. And then it's hard to put that mentality of it, because I guess my mentality for the runs is I'm playing the long game. So, you know, I'm not worried about what's happening at the start, because I know I'll make it up later. And it's a very interesting concept, because I'm starting to really understand my strategy and my ability to manage these runs, right, as an individual and my style of running. So definitely learning lots. It's great. It really is great. As I mentioned, that this run I didn't really care how it was going to happen, because I was feeling stiff, feeling sore, and I've just kind of cruised. I've probably pulled back to around maybe a 6:36 pace, so I've done all right. Not going to complain. Probably done faster, to be honest. I do apologise at the start there. I was a bit rushful. I was rushing at the start just to get out, just because one, it was starting to rain, and then the delivery person rocked up, so I kind of had to just get that sorted. And then it was the chicken food, so yeah, pretty good delivery actually, as quick as it's ever come. All right, let's get into the stats, and then I've got a big question for you. All right, let's get into it now. Of course, I'm just gonna have to save this as a other run, just once again, because I've deviated from the plan. There it is, 11k, beautiful stuff. I'm gonna put it as other, apply. Look, it was moderate. It definitely wasn't super easy, but it turned out all right. All right, let's have a look at this. Nice heart rate, 147. Pretty consistent along the whole way. Yeah, look at that. Pretty consistent heart rate as well. A few peaks at the start there, but then I got into a groove. Let's jump over to the Garmin. Same thing. It's telling a good story. Yeah. See, as you can probably see, a lot of ups and downs. But that's all right. Heart rate was good. Cadence was actually better at the start, to be honest, which is quite interesting. Performance condition, let's have a look. Sitting under, did feel it pretty bad, but I'm feeling good now. And that's why I didn't want to overdo this run. I didn't want to work on throttling and things like that. Oh, I forgot to check. Oh, there we go. Average pace was 6:32. A lot better than I expected. And then if we check, yeah, aerobic, that was a pretty good run. That's nice. So there you go. This has been a solid run, super solid run. So, as I mentioned, this week I've got a whole bunch of different things I want to ask you guys, just because I think it's always good to ask certain different questions. So yesterday I asked, why did you start YouTube and what's your channel about? So today I wanted to kind of ask you, if you could give yourself advice 5 years ago, what would be that advice? And I think this is a very interesting question, because depending where you are right now, I mean, you are where you need to be, because it's all part of your journey. Now, you might not see that now, but if you think 5 years ago, where were you? What were you doing? And what advice would you give yourself then if you had the chance to? Now, I'm not talking about, think about COVID and all that. I'm not saying go back to the future and that. What I'm trying to say is, think about the advice that you could be giving to yourself 5 years ago, but also if you think about, if there's people that you want to mentor, people that you want to encourage, people that you see potential in, what would be the advice you're giving them? And I think it's a very good thing to do as a self-awareness step, just to really reflect and really understand. You know, being self-aware of those things it's easier said than done. I need a sneeze, but I was yawning at the same time. Anyway, I think it's, you know, it's easier said than done. So that is my question to you. If you could give yourself advice 5 years ago, what would it be? That's essentially the thing I want to talk about today. Now, I'm feeling pretty good this week, actually super good this week, is because it's birthday week. It's my birthday on Friday, and this week I do have some time off. I've got tomorrow off, got Friday off, and I've even got next Monday off. So I'm going to have a nice long weekend, just relax. Can't do anything because we're not allowed to go out. We're still only in that 5k radius lockdown, and that's okay. It just means I can have some time to myself, work on my videos, work on my passion projects and all that jazz, and hopefully play some video games. So yeah, good stuff. Feeling really happy right now. It's good. That's what matters. All right, so once again, think about the question, think about it, put it down in the comments below. Let me know. I'm very curious, very, very curious. And you know, make sure you do jump down into the timestamps as well. There's a bunch of different other questions that you can answer, a bunch of different things. There is a buffet of information. We've got things around the runs, we've got things around these questions, we've got stuff about the books, we've got a few different things, odd things here and there. So do that. Take the opportunity. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't hit that notification bell, ding, 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 you know what to do. And I'll see you in a few seconds, as I'll be back for my Thursday run. See you when I'm looking at you. Ciao. Good morning and welcome to run number 83 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020. And today we are doing a speed session, and it has just started raining. Unbelievable. It was sunny about 5 minutes ago and now it's raining, but that's okay. We're going to get out and get this done. We are doing 5 by 400 meters at a 5:9 pace and a 1.5 minute rest in between. So we're going to get these out, smash them out, listening to some tunes. And these are the shoes I'm wearing today. I'm actually switched up the shoes a little bit. I will be also using these shoes as my long run shoes this week. So starting to change them over, focusing on, because these are probably going to be the ones that I will use for my actual marathon. And that's the 880 V10s, and this is the newer version of them. Sorry, the newer pair. Just the other ones had a good beating and a good workout. Feeling good. I'm a bit tired, to be honest. I'm very tired. I'm currently on leave, so I've got a couple of days off. Tomorrow's my birthday, but what I always find is the struggle is when you go on leave, there's this huge mountain to climb to make sure that you've got coverage, to make sure that, you know, when you're away, nothing's gonna break or whatever, right? And I know that's a bit of a problem when I say it like that, but there's so many things going on, and there's never a perfect time to go on leave. If you need to go on leave, you go on leave, right? So it is what it is. So I'm still a bit stressed about that, and mentally I just haven't switched off yet. So I think today it's going to take the full day to just detox from work, and then tomorrow birthday, and then the weekend, and then I've also got Monday off as well. So I've got a nice long weekend. I do have another question for you guys. We're going to get this run done, we're going to get these sprints done, and then we'll have another question for you. I felt this week was just a good week to ask you guys some questions, and trying to really build some engagement, some, you know, not just like, oh, how are you feeling today, but some questions which make you think, right? And if you're going to answer them, if you're not going to answer them, that's fine. I hope they do make you think, however, because I want to try and spice things up a little bit. I've got some ideas, but I'm just toying with them at the moment. So that's why I'm asking these questions. If you don't know what I'm talking about, jump around into the timestamps. You'll see them around. And if you want to leave a comment, let me know. All right, it's actually quite cold and it's going to start raining. So, well, it's already been drizzling. So we're going to get this happening, and yeah, let's do it. Number 1, nice and easy. Yeah, we are flying. Oh. 2, super speedy. Number 3, super fast. Four big ones. One more to go. Let's do it. That was number 5, and that was good stuff. Oh, feeling good, feeling really good. I've definitely had some highs and lows in that sprint session, and it's just started raining again. Jeepers, good timing. All right, so let's quickly get into the details of how I felt before we look at the stats. So, look, to be honest, feeling super tired before coming out here, but getting a little pumped up, bit of excitement and whatnot. That always does. It always goes a long way. And I think, to be honest, I wasn't expecting to push hard. No, I wasn't necessarily pushing hard, but there was a couple of these which I'll be able to show you in detail. I was focusing more on form and structure to help me produce the speed I needed, rather than trying to just push, because I find that sometimes when I push, and it's probably a scientific thing, is that's when I tend to hurt myself or overdo it or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I decided I would just try and focus on that form a bit, and there's probably 2 or 3 there which I've done spectacular. Some of the others I was just trying to find my groove. So I think number 1, it was probably a bit chilled, and then the others, they're a bit better. So we'll have a look at that and see how we went. Jeepers, it's raining. All right, let's pull up the stats. Looks like we are in action now. Obviously, just gonna have a look on the Nike. It's not going to obviously tell us much, but I'm just gonna save it on there for history's sake. Thursday morning, felt real good. Good stuff. All right, let's jump over to the Garmin. Okay, 141 heart rate, that's not too bad. Let's jump over to the good stuff. We've done 448, 424, 405, 413, and then 420. So we've done 422 average. Nice. That's a really good job. Let's have a look at the performance. Wow, best pace was 344. All right. Heart rate, pretty consistent. But if we just quickly check this, oh, okay, cadence was better for 1, 2, and 4. I would have thought the cadence would have been better for yeah, okay. So cadence was a lot better for 1, 2, and 5, sorry. Whereas I thought it was going to be better for in the middle, but interesting. Very interesting. Good stuff though, good stuff. Okay. Well, look, this is turned out better than I expected. All right, so that went a lot better than expected. Feeling pretty good and confident after that. Before I get into the question I want to ask you, and just kind of jumping back to what I started with at the start of today's run, was coming back to around that mindfulness and mentality. And sometimes in order to get in the zone, you got to get in the zone. And what I mean by that is there's so much going on, and trying to, you know, I guess trying to deal with everything at the same time. Now sometimes all you need to do is set the intent rather than trying to force something to happen. Now for me, as I said, I was feeling tired this morning. I know today is going to take a little bit just to detox and get into a groove of relaxing, but at the same time I need to have the intent that this is what I'm doing. I'm resting. I'm having the intent that I'm having the day off, and trying to build that mentality and that brain space from the start of the morning. And I think that I've just done that with this run. I just kind of wanted to get out, give it a feel, give it a go, and regardless of how I was feeling, I wanted to make sure that I was doing my best in my run, and it's worked out all right. So the question I have for you today, now this is a very, very broad question, but what ideas do you have? what are some weird and wonderful things that you've thought of terms of course, only if you want to share, that you've thought of, oh, that could be a good idea. Now, it could be a YouTube video, it could be a side business, it could be a side gig, it could be just trying to do something, it could be a hobby, right? Whether it's, I wonder what would happen if I did this for 30 days, or I wonder what would happen if I started selling this, or I wonder what would happen if I started painting more, or I wonder what would happen if I started doing X, Y, or Z. Think about all these things. If you've had some ideas over the years that you've actually put action to and made happen, let me know in the comments below. If you've had ideas which you've potentially thought, nah, that won't work, or I don't have time, or you've put it off, put that down in the comments as well. Let's have a chat about it. Super keen, super curious, and I mean, look, I wanna just get into a bit more detail around it, and I would love to have a conversation. So you can hit me up on Instagram, or you can leave a comment below. Let's chat about it, right? And you know, there's one series or one idea that I had is, you know, of flipping on eBay for 30 days, or you know, I think that would be a very good thing, or trying to do something for 30 days. And I think in our domain of being runners, it could be like, I ran, you know, 30 days straight and this is the result. So just ideas. I'm not trying to say that you need an idea. What I'm asking is, have you had some ideas which you've done that you think is relevant, that you would like to share, that you think is cool just to share and talk about, versus have you had ideas that you think are cool but you've never actually put them into play because of excuses, time, or you just didn't do it? That's the question. All right, thanks for being here. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you jump down into the timestamps and have a look around, because there is a buffet of information, something here for everyone. We're talking about a lot of different things, questions, books, bit of everything, and of course, the running. Tomorrow is a live stream, even though that you're gonna get this and the live stream's already happened. So if you did attend the live stream, I really do appreciate it in advance. I'll be talking about how that went after I've had the live stream in this video. So that will be on Saturday, because the live stream is tomorrow and that is Friday. Is this making sense? You can see the date stamps at the start of these videos anyway. Ah, jeepers. All right, let's go have some breakfast, have a smoothie, coffee. I'm gonna kick back and relax. It's holidays for a couple of days. All right, I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Ciao. Good morning and welcome to run number 84 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020. And today we are doing an endurance run. We are doing 9 kilometers and at a pace of 6:39. Should be pretty simple stuff. I don't see why it's going to be anything too crazy. It's kind of weird. Like, I was almost going to say, it's only 9k, which it is, but for some it's still, you know, that's still a big deal. But for me, it's kind of like, yeah, 9k. Whoop-de-doo, let's get it done kind of thing. I just want to say I'm super overwhelmed at the moment and super happy, and so many things, reasons why. Is one, it was my birthday yesterday and I had a wonderful day. It was a brilliant day. I didn't actually run. It was the first year I didn't do a birthday run for a long time, and it was just my day off. So I did do a walk and I just rested and, you know, had some pizza for dinner and played games through the day and just really relaxed, right? And it was much needed. And I also did the live stream. Now, if you jumped onto that live stream, I am so grateful to you. And if you weren't able to get there as well, that's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. I understand we all have busy lives. So first live stream, that went super well, and I've gone from 491 subscribers from yesterday on the 25th of September, and I'm now on 510 on the 26th of September. This is just incredible. Like, it's just bam, just so 491 all the way up to 510, and that's because of you. So thank you so much. If you're new here, really do appreciate it. And that live stream for me was real fun. I was a bit nervous at the start. It was all a bit very overwhelming, but once I had you guys jump in and we were, you know, just chit-chatting, talking and whatnot, it was super great to be able to do that. So I'm keen to do it again, and if you've got questions, and I still got to go back and get a bit of a recap from it and pull out some of the stuff that I want to still talk about, and I will mention some of that today, talk a little bit about StreamYard, and also I'm going to talk a little bit about how to find the best time to do a YouTube stream. So I'll give you some of that at the end of this run. It's a little nippy. A bit cold. It's just stopped raining. It's been raining all morning, all night. The wind has eased off a little bit, so we're going to get out, get this 9k done. Probably going to do a loop of 5k, then a loop of 4k, and then it looks like it's going to be a wet, cold day, so probably just another day of chilling. Woohoo! But yeah, this smile, it's because of you. Thank you so much. Feeling good, feeling just encouraged, and really feeling loved. I mean, that's all it is. All right, so let's get out, let's get this done. I'm going to be listening to Elon Musk's audiobook, and these are the shoes I'm wearing today. Trail running shoes, just because it's likely to be a little muddy and wet and puddles. Yay! All right, let's do this. So good. Whoa, a bit wet. A bit too wet. Oh, there's a rainbow. Good morning. Feeling good. It's almost the birthday run I wanted. So much water. So much water. Jeepers. Week 2. Good stuff. Oh, whew. Solid run, solid run, and bit past 9k. I think I've done about 9.3, 9.2, just because I calculated it wrong. Oh, I tell you, this run was, I think what I loved about this run was I didn't actually set any intent, well, not out loud anyway. I kind of just knew that I need to just cruise, see how I go, knowing that tomorrow I've got a half marathon. I don't want to overdo it, right? So I didn't really plan to do any throttling or anything like that. However, what I did want to do is I wanted to see if I could stay consistent across the board. I think the first 3-4k I've probably done a bit of a roller coaster, but the final, and this is what I'm thinking, the final 5-6k, yeah, I think I've done pretty consistent. I'm hoping anyway. We'll have a look in a minute. Oh, feeling good. I mean, the sun's out now. It's beautiful. It's got a little bit wet, but not too bad. Looks like it's going to be an alright day. The weather's all over the place. I wanted to do some droning yesterday and get some footage and whatnot, but because of the weather yesterday, it didn't really happen, obviously. And then this morning it was absolutely crazy, and now it's beautiful. It's like, what the heck? It's all over the place. All right, let's get into the stats, and then we're gonna chat about StreamYard just quickly, and then also how I picked my the best time to do the stream. Let's get into the stats. All right, Saturday morning, 6. Hi, that's nice marathon pace. That's epic. I'm happy with that. I mean, this run was a bit of a trance, I guess, a bit of a cruise, which is what I love about Saturday, and it's probably because I've been quite rested as well, that it's gone quite smooth as well, maybe. Look, I don't know, it's yeah, I didn't really think about it too much. I mean, I was listening to my audiobook and I was quite invested in listening to what was being said as well, so maybe that's why it was a good distraction. Nice heart rate, pretty consistent. A few spikes. I don't know why I've sped up here. That was on the second leap. So I was running and I saw there's a guy that fishes all the time there, and he saw me. We gave each other a bit of a thumbs up, and then he gave me a bit of a toot in his car just to say good work, and I think it's just given me a little speed boost. That's awesome. Heart rate was pretty consistent too. Jump over to the Garmin. This is where we'll be able to see it a bit easier. Beautiful pacing. If I quickly jump around, okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't know why I've just, yeah, it's, you can see the little spike. It's pretty funny. Heart rate, yeah, very solid. Cadence was pretty consistent as well. Performance condition, still saying I'm below. I don't get this. I really don't. Oh, this is a good run. This is really good. It's probably the birthday run that I wanted yesterday, to be honest, but I didn't want to overdo it. And beautiful. Oh, this is great. Oh, feeling real positive about this. All right, so that is that. Now, as mentioned, two things that I kind of wanted to, they actually weren't questions. They're not questions for you. They're things that I want to give back to you, but they were questions from yesterday's live stream. So the first thing is with StreamYard. So StreamYard is, well, it's a free or paid live streaming service. I've been using the free version. I think now that I've done my first live stream, if I'm going to be having this as a regular cadence, which I'm still figuring out what that will look like, I'm definitely going to pay for it because it's software which is well worth it. And once I actually get all the stats from my live stream, and I've already got a bit of a glimpse, and I'll show you what it showed me exactly after I finished the stream. It popped up, and this is the first thing. And this wasn't on StreamYard actually. This is what just popped up straight up when I finished the stream in my studio. And I just wanted to give you a glimpse that, you know, I had 8 new subs, which I had a lot more subs come afterwards. Average watch time was 12 minutes and total watch time was 24 hours. Just bam, just bam. Absolutely gunning it. But what I liked about StreamYard is it's just simple to use, quite intuitive, and I think I'm going to have to do a bit of a separate video on this a bit more. But essentially, what you can do is, the thing I love about it is, even on the free version, essentially, and I'll see if I can take a screenshot of this and put it up so you can have a look, but essentially you've got, you know, obviously your hosting panel of yourself, or if you're bringing in other people that are going to be in the channel, in the stream, and then on your right hand side you've basically got all these different controls, whether it's banners, comments, and as comments pop up you can press on it and it'll pop up and share to the screen. It will share to everyone, and that's great, right? I mean, that's what you want to be able to do. But the banners, what I did is I pre-scheduled the banners in terms of, these are the topics I want to talk about, these are the scrolls that I want showing all the time, whether it's, you know, we're about to start, or make sure you drop a comment, or, you know, hit me up on Instagram, or whatever it may be. And the banners I had already scheduled in order of knowing that by this time I want to put this. So knowing that when I'm starting talking about YouTube, or talking about my running, or talking about questions or whatever, I could basically just, you know, smack that and it'll pop up and say current topic or whatnot. So that was a super cool feature, and I figured this all out in about 20 minutes, just having a play. And I had the countdown bar of 30 seconds when I got into it as well. And so that's with the free version. Now with the paid version, you can basically customize all this. You can put in your own little videos, you can put in your own little things that pop up, you can do your own branding and all that jazz. So I think that's something I really want to, you know, invest in as well, because if I do, I'm going to be able to start branding it. I can put in some of these exit videos, and I can play little snippets and preload stuff. I think it'll be pretty fun. I'm quite excited by it actually. And what's even better is I can get you a referral code. So what you'll see pop up on the screen right now is the details of this, but it's all in the description below. If you click through, this is what you'll get. You will get $10 credit if you spend $25 with StreamYard. And what that means is you're basically getting a 40% credit back. Now, I think it's quite worth it. And of course, I'll get a kickback from that as well. I think I don't know if I get the same amount or if I get the 25 bucks, but I'll also get a kickback on that. So if you're thinking of purchasing StreamYard, would highly, greatly appreciate if you go via myself, because it'll help pay for my StreamYard as well. Now, number two thing that I wanted to talk about was how to identify, on how I picked the time that I did my live stream. Now, once again, I'm going to have to put this up on screen, because when I checked this before now, I was going to take a screenshot of where this was, but YouTube analytics were saying that some of their data was behind and it wasn't able to show it. But this is going from memory. So essentially, when you jump into your YouTube studio on your computer and you go to analytics, I think it's the second or third tab up in the top, it will say audience. Now, if you click on that audience, and what I usually like to pick is, I usually like to pick the last 90 days, not 28 days, but last 90 days. So you get a good amount of people. And then there should be a little spot, so you go halfway down the screen, and it says time when majority of viewers are online, or best time viewers are on, or something like that. Now, when I was doing my planning, I knew that I had Thursday and Friday, 24th and 25th of September off. So I was thinking, well, that's the best time to do it because I'm going to be free. However, when I looked at it, it said, well, the best time is actually 10 p.m. That's when majority of my, at the point in time, 491 subscribers are online. And then I looked at the, where my location was in terms of where's that audience coming from. And majority was Australia, then it was US, then it was UK, and then I think there was a little bit of Canada and a few other places as well. So when I thought about that, I then went to, meeting scheduler. I basically just looked up, world meeting. I'll put all this down below, the link, how you can do it. And I think it's world time clock. I don't know, link in the description below. And essentially what I did is I put in all the time slots so I put in my time, and then I put all the different countries of knowing where the majority, the top 4 locations are across that time period. And then it popped up and said that, well, for Canada it's going to be like 7:30, for US it's going to be multiple different times, for UK it's going to be this time, for different places it was different times. And then looking at that, I'm thinking, well, okay, 10 p.m. I'm not going to try and encourage people to come. 10 p.m. for me is going to be like 4:30 for some people, or 5 o'clock for some other people. So I was thinking, oh, this is going to be tough. But then majority of my audience is Australian, right? And I'm thinking, well, I need to get bang for buck, right? Because I want to make sure that I'm being able to bring as many people in as possible. So what I did is I picked this time slot of 9:30 to 10:30, knowing that, and I like to go to sleep at 11. So we even went over, we went to just around 11 o'clock anyway. But that way it gave me a good chance to get a lot of my Australian audience really coming in. And that gave me that boost, because I had people in there straight up, and we were chit-chatting, and that gave me that boost of morale, that boost of just like, okay, this is good, I've got this, and it gave me the confidence, right? And then going through that, more people jumped in from the different locations, and I was more than understanding when people said, oh, it's too early, or that's fine, right? I can't expect people to drop everything and be in my live stream. So that's how I did it. If you have questions around that, let me know. I'm more than happy to help and support, and I'm going to have to try and find some different slots or a cadence to get more and more people involved. Or to be honest, I would be more than happy if it was just the people we had chatting, because it was so overwhelming and humbling, and wow, thank you. All right, so that's that. Let me know if you have questions about it, and of course jump down into the timestamps, have a look around. There's a buffet of information, something there for everyone. We've been talking about this, we've been talking about the runs, there's some books, and just a whole bunch of different stuff. And this week I've been prioritizing and focusing on questions for you. So no questions for you today, but in a minute we're going to jump over to my half marathon and see how we went there. So I'm going to go have a smoothie, probably end up might have some more pizza. We've got plenty of leftover pizza. So good. It's the best thing to fuel for a half marathon. So really do appreciate it. If you haven't hit the subscription button, make sure you do. If you're new here, if you're one of the new 510 subscribers, super thank you for the 500 sub count, and then above. I'm gonna have to find a way to celebrate. And yeah, just want to say thank you. But if you haven't hit that notification bell, ding 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 ding, you know what to do. All right, that's it for me, and I will see you when I'm looking at you. Ciao. Good morning and welcome to run number 85 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020. And today we are doing a long run, and it's probably the last long run of the long runs in terms of what I'm defining as a long run. Let me explain that. So we are doing 21.5 kilometers today at a 6:48 pace, somewhere there, probably be a bit faster. And after this it goes down to a 16.5, and then it drops down to like a 12.5. We're 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out, which is just, wait, are we? No, we're 3 weeks out. as you can see, I'm doing this all on the cuff. So actually 3 weeks out, and next week would have been the actual marathon on the 4th. But yes, we've got another 2 weeks. So anyway, my long runs are going like this now. So I think it will go 16.5 and then a 12.5, and then it could be around the same. Anyway, so the strategy for today, other than wearing these shoes, which are actually my newer pair of my original pair of the 880 V10s, which are probably the pair that I'll end up using for the marathon. I'm just getting them used to a bit more of the distance. And this is the book I'm listening to, Elon Musk. I'll probably finish that today. Now, the plan for today, the strategy for today is I don't want to run too hot. I don't want to overdo it. What I would rather do is not necessarily increase the volume, increase the throttling, but I would like to potentially try and keep it solid. So probably come 10, 11K, I do want to step it up. But if you've noticed over the last few ones, I've been like push, 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 and I'm doing like 540s, 545s and all that jazz. What I would like to do is maintain a solid 6, give or take 10%, somewhere around there. And worst case is just maintain a solid sub 6:16 pace, just to make sure that that's what the marathon pace is, and really just focus on that. Now, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. I'm not doing anything on the Garmin to make that happen. I just kind of try and do it all in the head and just with feel and whatnot. At the end of the day, this run is just to enjoy the long run, endurance, just take it easy, don't overdo it. Even though I love half marathons and I really want to just speedy half marathon, but nah, just got to be sensible. The good news is also that we're doing, well, I've got a 2-hour limit outside of home, so I'll be able to do the majority of this outside on some loops, and then I'll just finish up around home. So yeah, super good with that. All right, so feeling good. It's been an awesome birthday weekend, as I mentioned just yesterday, you know, around the live stream and just some of the stuff, and we'll talk a bit more about that at the end. And I'm just so grateful and so thankful of what you guys have helped me build here in terms of a community, and just being able to share and talk, and it's just really great. And I'm at 500 subs now. This is just, it's quite overwhelming. It really is. And for those that I've been chatting with and having conversations with around, for those that are over 1,000, right, and what that feels like, just because it is quite overwhelming. It's I'm excited, I'm motivated, and I'm encouraged. So thank you. All right, it's a bit nippy. It looks like it's probably going to rain, which is okay. We've got some new socks on as well. I've got a whole batch of runderwear coming in the mail, and it hasn't arrived yet. So I was hoping to give it a good swirl on this run, but should come Monday. All right, well, let's get started. Let's make this happen, and I guess I'll see you out there. Let's go. So good. Oh yeah. So good. Oh, 6.7k in. Swig of tailwind. So what I'm going to do for a bit is test out my running cadence, my ability to stay focused without music and without audible. Figured something to give it a test with, just in case something goes wrong on race day, just to get in the zone. So this loop, it's all quiet. All right, 13.3k in. Time for some tailwind. Averaging 6:28. We're going to do a reverse 5k, and then, well, 5 and a bit, and then bring it home and do the final repeats. right, my finish strong song is on. Even though we've still got a good 6K to go. But it's on, it's happening. Feel the vibes. This is when you start to dig deep. And you know how I said I wasn't gonna throttle hard? Well, I'm not pushing. I'm definitely just still a little bit in the comfort zone, but I'm also really keen to just fly. Just gotta be careful. But going strong, going strong. Let's do it, come on. Come on. I mean, I'm talking fine as well, so it mustn't be going too over the top. So you can see my average pace on this current lap. Killing it. Final loops. These final moments always get me so emotional because I know I'm about to do something which, not that I doubted myself, but it's just a constant reminder that boy oh boy, you still got it. We just hit another half marathon. We've got 300 meters to go, or 400. Let's do it, come on. That's what I'm talking about. 21.5, actually closer to 21.6. Another half marathon done and dusted, and another smashing of a run. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna be so great to be able to look back on this series and just reflect on how I'm feeling, because last week I talked about that it's the final, it's probably not even the final 15 seconds, it's the final 1.5K, the final 2K of where everything you've just worked for comes into full circle, and you just feel it all embraced behind you saying, you've done it, mate. No matter if the run is 5K, 10K, 20K, 30K, or in this case it's going to be the marathon. I know it's going to be so hard, but it's going to be these moments of reflection and of just it's so good. I'm so happy. I mean, once again, I haven't beaten any record, I haven't done anything amazing. It's just the fact of being able to get out here, get it done, continue to show myself that you are capable. And that's my message to you. I've said it so many times, but you just gotta realize that until you get out, set that goal, put the steps in place and work towards it, it's like anything in life. It's gonna be a journey, and a journey of a lifetime, to be honest. It's gonna feel like a lifetime, but here we are, just come into finishing week 17. Next week is week 18. We would have been doing the marathon. We've still got a few more weeks to go, but it's gone so quick. Each week felt like a beast, but we're just getting started. Oh, so good. And I think what's beautiful about this run is heart rate was great. Well, this is what I'm expecting. Heart rate was great. I talked about doing some throttling, but not overdoing it. Although the throttling I didn't feel like I was overdoing it, yet I've absolutely done wonders. I haven't pushed to a PB or anything like that, but I wanted to maintain a very strong pace for the second half, and I've done that. And I reckon I'm going to come out with an average of maybe 6:16 or something like that, which is the target of the marathon. So we will see, we will see. And the other thing which I think I'm so grateful for is I tested out the theory of, well, not the theory, but the practice of running without the music. And I talked about this in my live stream, that, you know, I asked you guys the question, what do you do? Do you run with music, audio? Do you not run with music? And I figured I'd give it a go, and I did a loop of, must have been 6K, and it was great. And we'll look at that in a moment in the stats, but wow, I'm so... And people say running isn't fun. I started that way, but once you get to this positioning, like just the feeling that you're overcoming things and you're achieving, and the progress, and it's just little progress. This progress that I've just done right now is nothing to do with time, and it's nothing to do with you know, new distance. It's more about my consistency, the endurance, and how I'm feeling afterwards. I don't feel exhausted. I do not feel exhausted. It's all starting to come full circle. It's great. All right, I'm super excited. Let's get into these stats. Let's have a look and see how we went. And then we'll get into the usual stuff. And there you go. 6:16, that is epic. Just, I mean, it's as I expected. And to be honest, it wasn't that hard. It really wasn't. And I think that's the beauty that not the beauty. I guess that's the huge takeaway from this run, is that I've been able to do this. Okay, cool. And push that a little bit harder and still feel pretty solid. And the heart rate, 148, it's so good. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty consistent. Heart rate wise, I mean, yeah, stepped it up at the end there, but that's expected. Let's jump over to the Garmin. Oh, this is a beautiful run. Absolutely beautiful run. So we've done 6:16. Heart rate averaging 149, and pace. Look at this. This is so consistent. The second half, yeah, definitely throttling up, but heart rate as well, yeah, it's expected. Cadence, look at that. This is very well played. Performance condition, yeah, baseline, look at that. And I've peaked at the top at the start, but baseline otherwise. Not that I know what it means, but this is solid stuff. And if we jump down, really good aerobic outcome, heart rate zone, look at this. Literally 1 second in zone 5. The rest of it was just in zone 3. Just chilling. Just chilling. Wow. What an epic run. This is so good. Now let's jump over to the stats. So you can see at the start I was a bit over the place. 6:37, 6:11, 6:16, 6:35, 6:13, 6:30, 7:19, la da da da. So once I get to K11, this is when I started to step it up. So we've gone 12 to 6:05, 5:56, 6:59, 5:52, 5:54, 5:56, 5:51, 6:35, 5:46, 5:47, 5:23. And my goal was to try and maintain sub 6:16 for that final 10K, which I've basically done. The only spots where I dropped, you know, 6:59 at K14, 6:35 at K19 was when I stopped to get some water. So that's pretty neat. Jeepers, and I'll put the average up of what that is from K11 to K21.5. But that's a solid effort. So there you go. And I think what's been beautiful about this run, and I keep saying beautiful, but I'm being serious, is just being able to take away the pace, take away the you know, the time and trying to beat records and things, but thinking about the actual, I guess, the deepness and the amount of next layer within the run, right? So we've got heart rate, we've got how I'm feeling, we've got am I able to talk, we've got being able to throttle. And I think what's interesting is I'm now understanding the importance of the amount of volume of running that I'm doing. I'll be honest, I'm still a little nervous that my longest run was 30k, but I think with the amount of these volumes, I'm able to, you know, put into play a few strategies and tweak and throttle up and down as needed. And I can do that a lot easier than I could, because I'm feeling a lot fitter, which means I'm breathing better, I'm not consuming as much of my energy, I'm able to, you know, just run and relax, right? And I think that was quite clear when I was talking to you guys at probably must have been K 15 or 16, where I was running around 5:26 pace or something, and I was just chatting, just chilling. And I think to me that tells me that I'm definitely, I've got some very good endurance and able to really, you know, all this work that I've been putting into play is actually starting to soak in, which I mean, I don't doubt it, but it's just good to be able to have that understanding and clearly realize that, oh, okay, this is all working, and there was a purpose to doing all this work, right? Now obviously this will all still have a part to play over the coming weeks, but yeah, this does boost my confidence a lot. All right, we are going to get into some questions quickly. All right, so the first question comes from Powerweight Training, and he's giving me some oh wow, thanks man. I appreciate the comments and the encouragement around my getting to 500 subs. Really do appreciate it. That's very nice of you. So he's asked me, do I practice my nutrition during my long runs? And he's just reminded me to do nothing new on race day. So yes, 100%. So in the past I was using a lot of gels, and I'm talking about last year. I was using, I can't remember what they were, but I didn't want to go with the gels this round because sometimes I found that they weren't necessarily giving me what I needed. So my nutrition plan for this round was, and I have spoken about this a bit, but for anyone that hasn't heard it, and for yourself, mate, is using Tailwind. Basically, I've got just shy of a litre of water that I'll be using as my drink station, and I've got that ready to go, basically with the Tailwind, and having a sip before the run, and then every 5 to 7k having another swig of that as well. I'm also every 5 to 7k having a lolly snake, which is giving me that extra boost that I need. Now I did this for my 30k and it worked fine. I also managed to have a piece of toast with some honey before doing the run as well, and that's worked out quite well. Race day, I'm probably going to do exactly the same. I might have a bit of orange juice as well, just to put a bit more in there. Sometimes I've done orange juice with the toast, or even some coconut water, just to give that extra electrolyte. So yeah, I've been practicing this for the last, well, ever since doing the long run. So that's the plan, and yes, I agree with you, nothing new on race day. All right, next question is from Sean Sticks. Great question, mate. Have I gone back and rewatched my race recap from 2019? And is there sections from that video that personally will help you achieve? So look, I haven't actually gone back and watched it. I really need to, and I think that's a great point, keeping me honest. But me just thinking back now, I know the first thing that I've done wrong, and the first thing that I know that I'll be avoiding is kicking off way too fast. Now last year, obviously running with a crowd, you get excited and there's so much adrenaline, and I had a goal of 4:30, and I was looking at the pacing. I could see basically in the pacing group of 4:30, and I was following them, but they were running so fast, like so much faster than I expected. They were running at like a 6 pace from go get, and I was like, what the heck? So I was running hot I was running basically that for the half marathon until I got to the half marathon distance, and that's when I caved at 24-25k. I just couldn't do it. I got a bit of a pain in my leg, and then it was all downhill from there. So definitely something that I've trained differently this year is just taking my time, building up to it. And I'm not thinking for the first, well, I think what's worked well with my strategy is, whether it's been this run, a 30K, is knowing that, okay, at this time, I'm going to start to throttle. Now for the 30K, it was 20K, for the 21K, it was 11K. So me knowing that when I need to do it, I'm not in that mindset. So anything up to that is more about just got to keep moving, keep pushing, feeling comfortable. And sometimes that's been between a 6:30 pace to a 6:16 pace. Sorry. So if I can do that, and then knowing that if I can start to throttle probably from 30K, build the endurance all the way up to that and start to throttle, that's probably what I'm going to do. But I need to go back and look through that video. I think I'm going to do that as some homework. You've kept me honest, and I might play it back to you guys of the things that I'll be looking out for. But that's probably the main thing which I know that I struggled and stuffed up with big time. So yeah, amazing to see how short my hair was last year. Yeah, it was different times. All right, the other question I got was from Jason from Running Alive, and he's been an absolute legend helping me out with just this running plan, and I really do appreciate it, mate. And his question was, for the sound, do you just use the GoPro Hero 7 native mic, or do you have an external mic? So I just use the native mic. So what we're talking right now, this is just on a selfie stick, and it's just straight out of the box. I've never used one, never had to. I know people that do, but I don't understand why. If it was super windy, it would make a huge difference, but I'm running. So, I mean, I can't afford to have all this extra gear on the GoPro because, you know, I'm holding it the whole way. So yeah, good question, but no, that's my honest answer. So through the week, I've been talking about a couple of questions that I've been asking you guys, and I hope you've answered them. If you haven't, this is a reminder, jump back through the timestamps, have a look around and leave a comment. But one of the questions that I asked was, why did you start YouTube? And I said I'd answer that. So why did I start it? Well, why I started the YouTube channel to focus on running was, at the time it was like, well, I felt like what I was doing, it wasn't more about I want people to see me running. It's more about I feel like other people might enjoy this. The reason why is because as a runner, I could feel that, like, oh yeah, if I could see other people doing some stuff and just learning from them, that would be pretty cool. And I figured, well, everything that I was seeing and where I live and where I run, it's beautiful. Like, I absolutely love it. And obviously back then the GoPro Hero 4 was, it had no stabilization. So when I did it, I realized, okay, this footage is not going to be good. And I was a bit camera shy. I was really camera shy, and I wasn't even talking to the camera. I was just filming myself running. And then I've kind of got into a bit of a cadence of, okay, well, this is more than just me running. This is more about me chasing a goal, chasing a distance, chasing a PB. And here we are now, right? And now that I look back, where I am now is the reason why I started the channel, is to share the journey, to document the journey, to just have this ongoing conversation, and to build that community where we're all in this together. And it's probably more than running now. But I think all those elements that I'm talking about while running, they all have a part of my life, and running is a huge part of my life. And I think bringing them all together helps you see the whole me, right? I don't want to be trying to show just a highlight. I don't want to be trying to show just one part of me. And I'm starting to show more and more and more. And obviously some of that is just with confidence, and some of that is just with, like, I didn't even think of showing that, right? So, that's part of the learning process, but this is definitely what it's all about. This series has been the peak in terms of what I've enjoyed doing so much. So I think now I can look back and say that is the why. It's to document and share the journey. That's it. That's my answer. All right, so quick mention that I want to call out for this week is, one, I want to say thank you to everyone that joined the live stream. If you want to go back and have a look at that, link in the description or up in the corner. But something that I've talked about, and I did mention on that as well, is around, what my intent here is on YouTube. So you've got my why, but I want to build a fan base. I want to build something called a super fan, right? And
the way I see it is I'm not chasing to be, you know, someone with 1 million subs. I mean, if I have 1 million subscribers, I'm not going to complain. But I'm chasing for, you know, this idea of 1,000 true fans. And there's a book that I haven't actually read it yet. I've been watching the video, and I'll share you the video. And he breaks it down in a very high level. And I'll put the link in the description if you want to get the book and whatnot. But I've got it on my next reading list, and it's by Pat Flynn, and it's called SUPERFAN, and it's all about, you know, building a fan base, building not a follower, not a subscriber, but a fan base around you, and that are loyal to you and is part of the community, and that build out the community. And after doing the live stream, it has become clear to me that, you know, you guys jumped in to listen to me, we were chatting, answering questions, you know, all that banter, but at the same time, watching you guys talk with each other, share ideas, and you know, sharing channels, talking about this and saying, oh, it'd be cool to meet up, and that to me is just it's quite overwhelming, because here I am having a conversation with all of you, and at the same time you guys are coming together and becoming friends and building your community stronger, and that to me is just wow, right? And what I want to be able to do is continue to build that even further, is build out a community base where we're all fans of each other, right? And to have 1,000 true fans over 10,000 just numbers which aren't even interested in the content, let alone the community, you know, I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the 1,000 true fans. Now that 1,000 might be 100, that 1,000 might be 10,000, but the target is 1,000. So yeah, go check out the book, go check out the video as well. The video is a great way, it goes for an hour. I mean, it's not a quick video, but it breaks it down for you, right? So really do encourage you to check that out. And that's my video mentioned for this week. So yeah, check it out. Next week is week 18. Obviously we're not doing week 18 of the marathon training plan. We'll be doing week 16 again, which oh gosh, if anyone remembers what week 16 was, we will do 4x400 meters. We will do another endurance of 8k, 5x200 meters, an endurance of 7, and then 16.5. And then we actually start week 17 and week 18, which will be week 19 and week 20. Oh, jeepers. We're so close now. We are so close. Once again, just really want to say thank you. If you've made it this far, it's just wow. Like, I appreciate it. But jump around into the timestamps. And the other thing I would love to be able to have you guys do, if you find something in this video which you think is solid or you think is of value to someone else, you know, let me know. One, just let me know so I know. And then two, is share it with someone else, right? And share it to someone else and say, look, hit this timestamp or go to this location. You can actually share the timestamps and the time. So if you go down into the comments, so if you go down into the description and where I've got all the timestamps, if you copy that, you'll actually copy the link as well. Or you can right click the timestamp and say copy link address, and then you can share that with someone else. And then when they come into the video, they'll go straight there, right? And I'm not expecting people to come watch a full hour, 1 hour, 20-minute video, because you know we all have busy lives. But what I would like is hopefully someone can jump in, spend 5-10 minutes, get what they need out of this video, and then move on. And that's what I want. If you're here for longer than that, I appreciate you. All right, so really do appreciate everything that you guys have been doing, supporting, encouraging. Hit 500 subs. We're past 500 subs now. I will find a way to celebrate and say thank you. So in the meantime though, yeah, just wow. Thank you so much. All right, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle. Ciao.